Children under the age of 16 will be banned from using social media platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat, according to the Prime Minister.
The
The government had
legislation.
already announced a proposal for a minimum age, and now they've settled on the number.
This one's for the mums and dads. Social media is doing harm to our kids, and I'm calling time on it.
Young social media users won't be punished for breaking the rules, and it will be up to tech companies to stop kids from signing up to their sites. A special national cabinet will be held on Friday to discuss the changes before new laws are introduced into federal parliament this year. The reforms could take effect in 12 months.
G'day, legends. Wow, here it is. The Australian government has officially brought YouTube into its social media age restrictions. So if you're under 16, you can still watch YouTube, but having your own account, that's becoming a lot harder. Now, before anyone grabs the pitchforks and start yelling, "Oi, mate," think of the children. Let's have a proper Aussie chat. Because while protecting kids is something most of us agree on, the bigger question is, where does it stop? Now, imagine walking into Bunnings, you look at every tool, you admire the sausage sizzle, but before buying a screwdriver, someone says, sorry, mate, I just need to scan your face first. You'd probably think, hang on, when did buying a screwdriver become a security operation? Yet online, we're slowly becoming used to proving who we are before we can do almost anything. And that's worth talking about. The Australian government has introduced new laws requiring major social media platforms to prevent Australians under 16 from holding accounts. Initially, YouTube was expected to receive an exemption because of its educational value. But following advice from the E-Safety Commissioner and public debate, YouTube has become included in the underage restrictions. Kids can still watch videos without an account. YouTube Kids remain available, but signed-in accounts for under 16s are the focus. The responsibility sits with the platform, not parents, with significant penalties available if companies fail to comply. On the surface, it seems fairly straightforward. Protect children. Nobody argues with that. Let's be honest. If you wanted to keep Australian teens off YouTube, good luck with that. These are the same kids who can fix the Wi-Fi after dad accidentally unplugs the modem. They'll probably have 3 backup email addresses, 2 VPNs, and know about technology more than the family IT department, also known as Uncle Steve. The government says social media can expose young people to harmful content, cyberbullying, predatory behavior, addictive algorithms, unrealistic expectations. Research from organisations including Australia's E-Safety Commissioner and international studies has highlighted growing concerns about excessive social media use amongst young people. Parents across Australia have also raised concerns about screen time and online safety. These are genuine issues. Nobody wants kids being manipulated by algorithms. But here's where the debate begins. Here's something worth thinking about. If platforms have to know your age, how do they verify it? Do you upload ID? Do you verify your face with facial recognition? Do you use digital credentials? Do third-party companies estimate your age? Different companies may use different approaches, and many are still refining their processes to comply with Australian law. Supporters say that these tools are necessary to keep children safe. Critics ask an equally important question. How much personal information should we have to give just to use everyday online services? That's the debate. Not whether protecting children matters, but how it's done. Over the past decade, Australia has introduced or expanded online safety laws privacy reforms, digital identity initiatives, age assurance trials, identification, verification for certain online services. Each one has its own purpose. Each one can be argued on its own merits. But when you step back, you start noticing something. Most parts of our daily lives now involve proving who we are online. For example, banking, government services, health, tax, and now social media. Again, some people welcome this because it can reduce fraud and improve security. Others worry it may gradually reduce autonomy and increase the amount of personal information collected. Reasonable people can disagree. Australians have a funny habit. We complain about government overreach, then happily tick, I agree, without reading the terms and conditions. Mate, we've all done it. The privacy policy could literally say, congratulations, you've adopted your barbecue, and we'll still click accept. Technology and privacy experts have pointed out that age assurance can help restrict children's access to harmful content, but they also note that any verification system needs strong privacy protections, transparency, and independent oversight. The Australian Human Rights Commission has also stressed that safety measures should be balanced with individual rights and freedoms. Meanwhile, companies like Google have argued that YouTube differs from many social media platforms because of its educational content, while the government maintains that its recommendation systems can expose children to similar risks as other platforms. Here's the million-dollar question. If these laws work, fantastic. Kids are safer. That's a win. But if they don't, will government simply introduce more verification, more identification, more regulation, or will entirely new approaches be considered? Nobody knows. History shows technology keeps evolving, and governments usually keep trying to catch up. Australia has always been well known for giving people a fair go, for trusting everyday Australians, for valuing freedom alongside responsibility. Internet has brought incredible opportunities. It's also created genuine problems. Finding the balance isn't easy. So perhaps the question isn't whether governments should act. Perhaps the real question is this: where should the line be drawn? These aren't questions with easy answers, but they're questions worth asking. Because once new systems become normal, most people never remember what life looked like before them. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who enjoys a good debate. I'm really keen to hear your thoughts. Do you think Australia has struck the right balance? Or are we heading down a path we might one day regret? Drop your opinion in the comments. And if you would like to support independent reporting while helping an Aussie creator keep cutting through the red tape, you can shout me a coffee. Every bit of support helps keep the video coming. And if protecting your online privacy is important to you, I've also included links in the description to the privacy tools I personally use and recommend. Until next time, stay curious, stay respectful, and always keep asking questions. See you next time. Cheers, legends.